as I said before, one of the most important aspects of social media is that ability to expand your network to then connect with people either in the arena of health or the arena of business. And certainly there are lots of different ways that you can do that, and there's lots of different ways that you can get started. And I just started today to jot down some of the things that I really have realised about the power of social networking and social media. So one of the things that I often tell people when they're first getting started is to decide what your avatar is. Decide who it is that you want to be marketing your product or your business to. And John Holowati and Simon Mitchell talk about creating that avatar, creating that characteristic of the person that you really want to attract to either your product or your business. And it's as simple as sitting down and asking a whole heap of questions. So, what is the age of the person? And be quite specific, because you're going to be attracting a wide variety of people, but be specific as the people that you would like to attract. So, what are the age groups? Are they male or female? What sort of line of work do they work in? How much money might they earn per year? What are they spending their money on? Where might they live? Do they have a family? If so, how old are they? Where do the kids go to school? And the more specific you can be about the person that you're marketing to, the more of an idea you'll have as to how to talk to people on social media. One of the other things that I've learned is to be posting in your passions. And so I remember Emma Snedden once telling me about the importance of deciding your 5 top passions. So what are the 5 things that really float your boat about life? So if your top passion in the world is cats, then you're going to be posting about cats. Or it could be health, or it could be beauty, or it could be your children, or it could be whole food, or it could be philanthropic activities, or it could be line dancing, or it could be art or calligraphy, or whatever it is. Choose your 5 passions. Make that one of your tasks when you get off tonight's call. Choose 5 things that you're passionate about and make those the kind of topics that you're posting in. Now, I'm going to just talk about Facebook because I'm most comfortable with Facebook. I'm not so savvy on the rest. Some others tonight might be on the call and I'm sure they'll talk about it. But I learned that it's one of the policies of Facebook to discourage people from using their personal profile to market a business or a product. So it's actually a Facebook policy. So the very first thing that you really should aim to do is have your personal profile as your personal profile and establish a business page. And that's something that we can all do really easily. And if you're not sure how to establish a business page, then please talk to your sideline, your upline, your downline, someone who has done it so that they can walk you through how to set up a business page. Now, this can be a business page, it can be a fan page, it can be a passion page, whatever you want to call it. But that is where you're going to be predominantly marketing your 5 passions and marketing to your avatar group. And that's going to be your key posting. And that's where you can be posting things. Now, we've all heard about the importance of posting consistently and posting commonly. Certainly last year, we learned that the UK crew were posting 9 times per day, 3 in the morning, 3 at lunch, 3 at night. For some people, that's pretty intense. Certainly for me it was. But just be consistent. So if you're just posting 1 per day, and you can use programmed, there are programs out there where you can pre-plan your posting, but just be posting on a consistent basis, because there are algorithms that Facebook have about showing your post to various audiences. So that's kind of some basics about posting. We have created 3 files under albums on hunters and gatherers. And I'd love for people who are really good at this to continue to add images to some of these albums. There's an album on complete life transformation and Shred 10 with a whole heap of beautiful images that we are gifting you to be able to use. I'm just going to mute you. So that's going to be available, and we will be talking to you more about that next week on our CLT relaunch. There is also a file there on inspirational posts, and these are just 60-odd images that I've collected over recent times. Please, again, if you have posts that you have felt have got a lot of traction and a lot of feedback, then add some of your images in for others to share, because remember, together everyone achieves more. And we've also made a file there on whole food nutrition and Juice Plus. So there are some beautiful images that I've collected, and certainly others have collected, and we've added there for you to use. So, you know, if you're stumped about the sorts of things to be posting, go into those albums and have a look at the sorts of images that are there, and either create your own through websites like Canva, www.canva.com. That's a great one. Even I can use that. So if I can use that, anyone can use it. Or I actually use Word Swag on my mobile. There's an app called Word Swag. It's a free app that you can start to create some posts that you can put up on your Facebook. So a couple of tips from me, and then I'm going to hand over to some more knowledgeable people than I. Some tips is when you're setting up your page, in your personal profile, you should always have a picture of yourself. Always have a picture of yourself. Why? Because people are going to go search for you. People are voyeuristic. They want to find out about you. So make sure you don't have a picture of a cat or a flower or something like that. Have a picture of you in your personal profile. Don't write Juice Plus franchisee. Don't write I'm in business with Juice Plus. You know, on the side where you're writing your profile, don't write that, because you want to set up some curiosity. The moment you write that, that gives people the opportunity to then go and Google Juice Plus and read about the bad stuff as well as the good, but potentially also find another franchisee that they can buy the product or the business off. So don't be saying I'm a Juice Plus franchisee on your personal profile. Your Facebook profile or your business page should be about sharing stories and telling stories, not selling. All right. The last thing, the thing that everyone's going to tell you tonight is don't be vomiting Juice Plus. I've just joined Juice Plus. Now I want you to buy it off me. That's the last thing that you should be doing on your profile page or your business page. You want to be creating curiosity, posting your passion, start to gather your audience, start to gather your network, and start to reach out to people. Remember, we're in the lifestyle business. You know, no matter whether we were selling oils or floor cleaner or hair wash or face cream or whatever it is, we are in the lifestyle business. So whatever it is that is your passion, make it about lifestyle, because that's going to really attract people. And as a couple of us are in a stretch squad together, it's important to be connecting with somebody new every single day. And I'm sure Sarah or Jess are going to tell us a little bit about how they connect with people on social media. Make sure that when you're reaching out to people, you know, don't prospect them in the first sentence. Perhaps say, have a great day, or fantastic post, or thanks so much for liking my post, really appreciate your support. Give people warm fuzzies and create that relationship, because that's what social networking is all about, creating the relationship and then taking it offline as quickly as possible. Please don't spam your friends. The worst thing is gathering all of your friends and just adding them to a group. People don't like it. You're far better to invite people to join groups and to events than to just add them. There's a couple of resources that are available to all of you. Caitlin Field did an amazing training for us back in March of 2016 on how to start using social media and some of the things that she has done. You can go and have a look at that. That's on my YouTube channel. We've also done a great training on how to do Facebook online parties. And we've also done a training on online events. So all the skills around doing those particular things, I'll leave out of this half an hour call that we've got. And finally, the last thing, as I said, this is about going away and doing your homework. If you guys were to type into YouTube how to use social media for network marketing, there are bucket loads and bucket loads of videos on teaching you the tips and tricks of using social media and how to do it. Someone who I think is fantastic and just happened to pop up on MLM Nation today as the most recent recording is a girl called Tanya Eliza, Tanya. Eliza is spelled Aliza. She's amazing when it comes to doing social networking on social media, and I think she's a really great resource. But there are absolute buckets of informational videos on how to use social media. So there's just a few tips from me. I certainly don't think that I'm an expert, but it is a work in progress. There are a couple of experts on the call tonight, and I'd just like each of them to give us their 5 minutes. Sarah, I'm going to start with you, my friend.
All right. Hey, Trace. So that was just a really short snippet, guys, from Tam's call. You can find that. I'll post the whole thing because after that part, it goes into 2 different distributors under her that have used social media to quite good results, I suppose. So I just came back from a course. Actually, Trace, it was a women's in business course, but I think it might be different than Angela's stuff. But it was about basically your customer persona and digital communications. So it was pretty spot on for what we do. And I just want to expand a little bit about what Tamara was talking about really determining your customer avatar. So, customer for us is 2-pronged. We've got the customer that needs the product, but we also have our tribe that we want to connect with and work with as distributors, right? So there's kind of 2 things to think about. And I'm going to run you through what we did tonight, which helped me immensely to discover what is my actual customer for both. What do they look like? So the questions you want to ask yourself is, what tribe are my customers? And when I say customers, you know what I'm saying. It's customers and team members. Okay. The communication that we need to have on social media needs to follow the lifestyle that your tribe that you want to manifest and bring to you. It's about them. It's about what they like. Also about what you like. So look, Nat's done a lot of training on this before, and it depends how you want to use social media. So I think that when you have done your values exercise and you know your top 3 to 5 passions, write them down. What do you love? Honestly, when you get on Facebook or Google, or you've got spare 10 minutes, which none of us have, and you're not looking at Juice Plus stuff, what actually interests you? Is it nature? Is it the beach? Is it singing for you, Steph? Tracy, is it restaurants? Is it good food? Katie, is it jumping off cliffs and adventuring? That's some of the things I think of, to be honest, when I think of you 3. But what are you into? What are your passions? And, Nat's talked about this before as well. So Tam's also saying there, get off your personal page and get onto a business page. And in some aspects, I agree with that. With our business, I think it's slightly different, and kind of where I'm going to go, the direction I'm going to go is I've got my business page, which is super simple to set up, and you can call that, you've got to start thinking of your brand. What's your brand within Juice Plus? Because you're not going to call it Juice Plus Nelson. That brand needs to reflect who you are and those passions and the people that you want to help, your tribe. Okay, if you're going to set up a business page, that's what it's about. Mine's called Keeping Health Real, but I'm changing that. It's going to be called The Choice Lifestyle, because that's going to become Aaron's and my greater brand. Everything's going to be branded the same thing. And you'll get your brand a little bit more clarity once we go through this exercise. So what you can do is you can have your personal page, and you can still create intrigue on there about what you're doing with Juice Plus. And you girls know the rules now. We're never going to spam Juice Plus. We're never going to put photos of the capsules or the bottles or anything like that, because exactly what Tamara said, as soon as you do that, people will jump on and they'll find all the bad stuff. They'll look for the bad first. That's what people do, unfortunately, most of the time. So what you can do is you can create intrigue by, it's taking photos of, like, for Katie, like a photo I put on my personal page the other day. Katie and I were sitting out in the sun. I had a picture of the computer behind us. I was like, oh my God, how good is this working on a Saturday? It's crazy. It's sunshine and 326 people from across the globe tuning into this call. I don't say anything about Juice Plus. I just put a hashtag, The Choice Lifestyle, on it. So it creates intrigue, but I'm not spamming my friends. When you create your business page, then that's the space that you can really go into creating your passions. Now, it's up to you. Nat says, don't create a business page yet. Just create it all on your personal page and don't spam. Just show your passions. It's up to you. So we can have probably a one-on-one meeting with Nat if you want to talk more about whether she thinks, it would be good to do a business page personally for you girls, or just use your normal Facebook page. But anyway, let's talk about the tribe thing. So what is my customer's lifestyle about? I want you to write that down. And for Tracy and Steph, who already have a business, you can also apply all of this to your current business as well. So you can kind of have two. What is my customer's lifestyle? What do they do as a group, as a tribe? And then I'm going to run you through this sheet of paper that we just did in this workshop, which is how to, it's literally the makeup, the person that kind of represents your customer base. So the first thing is, are they male or female? I mean, to be honest, when I did this exercise, I want to work with both because Aaron's in the business too and I don't want it to be gender specific. So I wrote both. What kind of age would you like to work with as team members in particular? Okay, I'll be honest, Katie, you're a very mature 26-year-old or 27-year-old. I'm not going to be normally working with 25-year-olds as my front line, okay? I'm happy to work with people younger than me if they're underneath you because you're their representation, if you know what I mean. But if I find somebody like, 60, I'm probably not going to be attracting them into my business, if you know what I mean. So what age do you want your team to be? And then let's go through these questions. I thought these were so good. So how did he or she find you? How does that person, that avatar, that person, how do they find you? Okay, so for example, for me, I wrote the website, which is to come, social media, events that we're doing, word of mouth, and through our team. How do they find you? And you can just write these down and have a look at this later, the answers. What does he or she want to know? What do they want? What do they want to know? So I wrote down, for example, they want to know how to be healthy. They want to know how to increase their income. And they want to know how to have time to do the things that they love with the people that they love. That's for me, that's for the choice lifestyle, but yours might be quite similar or it might be really different. What does she or he, what do they don't want? What don't they want in life? That ideal tribe member of yours, what don't they want? So for example, for me, I wrote, well, my ideal tribe member doesn't want to be working 9 to 5. They don't want debt. They're sick of having debt. They're sick of stress. They're sick of not having any time to spend with their family and doing the things that they actually love. Why does she or he buy from us or from you? Why would they buy from you? And when I say buy, I mean, buy into Juice Plus, buy the product, buy the business from you. Why? What are you offering them? What is their pain or gain points? So what are they really suffering with? Like, what are they just like, oh, man, like Steph in your massage business, obviously it's going to be like they've got a sore back or they've got, for Tracy, it's like they need relaxation, they're stressed out or they've got bad skin, for example. But apply this to Juice Plus. In your Juice Plus business, what does that tribe customer, what is their pain point? I mean, I wrote here, they have got no time or money to do the things they love. They've got bad health or someone they know has got bad health. They're fad dieting. These are their pain points. What are they suffering with? And then this is an interesting one. What is the quick fix used by him or her that they try to fix their pain with normally? They haven't discovered you yet. So how do they fix their pain quickly, normally? So I wrote there, you know, for me, it's they're racking up credit cards one after another. They're getting more and more into debt. They're missing out on things. For the health side, they're taking prescription drugs. They're buying over-the-counter medications, and they're self-prescribing. And then finally, who is she or he? As in, what traits or qualities does your tribe member have? You know, who are they? What are they into? Or what aren't they into? Who are they? What are they? They might have a particular type of work, or they might have certain values. So, for example, for here I wrote, who is he or she? Well, for me, they have to have an entrepreneurial mindset. I can't be bothered to explain too much to people that this is an amazing opportunity. I want them to get it. They have to have an interest in healthcare, because I don't really want anyone on my team that doesn't give a shit about health, because what's the point? They want more out of life. They want to help people. They like to use social media. They're adventurers in life. They want to travel and explore. They're chasing freedom in their life. Yours might be different, but that's just an examples of what I've got with my who is she or he. So I found that exercise extremely beneficial. So what she said to me, the person that was running the course, is look at the quick fixes used by your potential tribe, and then realize that they are currently using their pain or gains, or, you know, they're using their quick fixes to solve their pains or their gains that they wrote down. And then what does she or he want to know? Then you're trying to offer them a solution. That's their solution to their pain or their gains, to get rid of their quick fixes, fix their pains and gains through can you present it to them to fix their pain or gain, instead of that other quick fixes that weren't working so well for them. Does that make sense? I love it. I thought it was so awesome. She said something to me really cool, this lady. She said, we've got this saying, which is basically put the flag up the mountain. If you put the right flag up the right mountain, then they will come. So what flag do you want to fly? Not just through social media, but just in general with your Juice Plus business. What flag do you want to fly? What is that flag? You know how important flags are as symbols? Like they symbolize our country. They symbolize things that really matter. What do you want your flag to symbolize for you and your tribe that you're creating? Because yes, we are all part of this beautiful tribe, but you're going to go out and find your own spectrum of people that aren't necessarily going to be the same as me or Tracy or Katie or Nick or Tony, because we're all different people. We have different passions, right? I'm going to photocopy this and I'll get it to all of you. This is even breaking it down even further, which is so awesome. It's called the empathy map. It's how to map your target audience. So what do they think and feel? So you might want to write that down, because I think you can start thinking about it. What does your target market think and feel? I mean, I love that. What do they dream of? What's their ambition? What makes them feel bad or good? What frustrates them? What motivates them? What do they hear? You know, what do their friends say? What influences them? What media do they use? What websites do they look up? What do they say and do? What kind of attitude do they have? That's so important. What sort of attitude do you want in your team members? It's hugely important. What does their environment say? What do they talk about on their time off? What do they do in their spare time? And then what do they see? Like, where do they work? What media do they use? How do they contact their surroundings? So from all of these exercises, I think you really start to get a clear picture of how to market in social media in terms of your passions. And what I know is, from what I watched a really good social media training with Eric Warre, which I should go and get my book. Hold on one sec. All my books downstairs. I might do a little Team Araha live post on that, what I got out of Eric Warre's talk. But he just said the same thing. I mean, he's been in this business for a bloody long time. He's interviewed all the top MLM network marketing people. And he said, you know, the thing is, don't spam, create curiosity, live in your passions. So we're not just meaning, you know, when we did that values exercise yesterday in the Healthy Values workshop, it's not just about living in your values and your passions every day. It's posting in your values and your passions. You know, so for example, Aaron showed me this, what was it that he showed me? It was awesome. Fuck, I can't even remember what it was now. Something to do with the environment. Oh, yeah, it was that post. He found this Facebook post about this guy just walking along with his phone, talking about, you know, the news and how the brain works and basically how we're actually focused. Things that are negative can pop up more in our brain because we're actually wired that way to protect ourselves. That's our survival instinct, and how when we're watching lots of shitty media, it fills our brain, so we're constantly stressed, and how you can fill yourself with positivity and personal development. I mean, I love that shit. I just live off that stuff. And it was such a good confirmation to me because I was like, yes, finally I have a reason to not feel like an idiot because I don't know anything about current affairs, but ask me about personal development and I'll spill on for 3 hours. So I said to Aaron, we've got to set up this Choice Lifestyle Facebook group so he can start posting that stuff, because you know what I want to attract? We want to attract people that are going to not only like that post, share that post. So that's how it works. Is if, Katie, you are posting about adventure and travel or whatever, and you put an amazing post on there that you find and people share it, then you're creating your Facebook tribe network. So it goes up in the ratings specifically for those people. And then when you go on a business page to do a boosted post, like when you get to the point of having enough people on your business page that you think, I'm running an event, I want to boost this post, I'm going to pay for a bit of advertising, that boosted post is going to go out to the right network instead of frickin' everyone. Plus, you can choose a target audience. So, for example, with the Healthy Values workshop, the reason why we had 20 people there, I think, is because I did a boosted post, but my target market was kind of that. It was people that liked Dr. Libby, people that liked the magazine Mind Food, they like whole food nutrition, they liked yoga, they liked being in the outdoors. So my sponsored posts got, you know how sponsored posts come up in your feed? So at the moment, I can totally see what I've been liking and doing, because all the sponsored posts that are coming through my Facebook feed is all about entrepreneurship. It's like, you know, people doing this and that and blogging and making money, and I kind of like it. I don't watch all of them, but it's like, okay, this is obviously I have become their target market, which is pretty funny when you start to realize what you've been liking and posting about and sharing. So the other thing before we finish off is she shared some really good Facebook posts, different styles, like clever things. Like she did one on Play-Doh, which, you know, instead of just putting photos up of the bloody Play-Doh bottles, their Instagram page is beautiful. It's like all the things you can make with Play-Doh. You know, it was really, really cute. They got 50 million followers or something. I mean, they're a big brand, but, you know, she had something for Dove soap. And the post had nothing to do with Dove soap, but what it did, it was a little hand, a young girl's hand on top of a female's hand, something like the greatest connection, one of the greatest connections you can have is with your auntie. Okay, it doesn't say anything about Dove soap, but what it does do is it touches the heart of their target market, which is women that generally have kids who are already aunties. So you start just thinking cleverly about your posts. So your posts, you know, speak to that target market, share your passion with your heart on your posts, and you will start to create a tribe that are going to be attracted to you and start sharing things that you're into. She had a good quote, digital communication is there to transform ordinary stuff into extraordinary stuff. I mean, I love that quote. I think that's great. So that's it for tonight, my darlings. Just a little bit. I am by no means an expert on social media, but I am going to an Instagram training tomorrow night, and I will write a ton of notes, and I will absolutely be sharing that with you girls. And, really thinking carefully about when you look at that tribe, once you've done that answered those questions in your own time, what time are those people going to be looking at social media? So, I mean, for me, I realized, I went, oh my God, I'm chasing people that are really into lifestyle. I want them to be into mountain biking and chasing this and doing that. It's the weekends, and that's when I don't post because I'm having a weekend. But, that's the time I need to. If your target audience is mums, well, what's the point of putting a post up that's going to come out at 7:30 p.m.? They're never going to see it. They're in arsenic hour. Have you heard that joke? Katie, do you get that? Arsenic hour? Tracy, do you get it? So I'm going to unmute you guys and stop the recording.